to give us his short remarks. Our founder, President, and our Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Leandro Legarda Leviste.
Mr. President, Secretary Cusi, Director General Plaza, Administrator Masungsong, President Benavides, guests from government, private sector, civil society, mga kababayan, mga kaigsoon, maayong hapon kaninyong tanan. Nagtuon ko og gamay nga binisaya, kadtong nakauban ko si Mayor Duterte sa Davao og 2013. Ipinagbilin ako ng aking ina na mag-OJT kay Mayor Duterte. Nung nakita kami, niyaya naman ako ni Mayor Duterte na sumakay sa kanyang taxi. Magpatrol daw kami ng Davao at manghuli ng kriminal. Sa buong Pilipinas, wala akong nakilalang leader na may tapang at malasakit katulad ni Mayor Duterte. Kaya naitanong ko, Mayor, you've done so much for Davao. Why haven't you run for national office? Kanyang sagot, the country is not ready. Many events have since transpired, and the rest, as they say, is history. Today, we are so grateful that President Duterte answered the call to run in the 2016 elections to bring change to the Philippines. And we are so humbled, Mr. President, that you have made a visit to our factory to bring attention to one of the greatest problems of our economy, the lack of manufacturing due to the expensive cost of electricity. We decided to set up this factory last year, inspired by President Duterte's push for industrialization and lower electricity rates. For years, the Philippines had the most expensive electricity in Asia, and no existing technology, whether fossil fuel or renewable, could solve this problem. Only a new and improved technology could radically lower the cost of power. Meron po kaming nabasa sa internet na sabi ni President Duterte, as is on the screen, solar is becoming cheaper now. It used to be very expensive, and now the price is diving. Mr. President, it is wonderful to know that you have been monitoring the trends of the solar industry. And we are pleased to inform you that since you made those remarks in May of 2016, the cost of panels from this facility is in fact now 40% lower than the imported panel price at that time. This is made possible by the expertise of Filipino engineers who used to work for a US solar company that shut down 2 of its factories last year and are now our employees. If we can ask the solar manufacturing employees to please stand up and be recognized. If not for the policies of the Duterte administration, these jobs and this factory would not be here today. Mas magaling pa ang mga Pilipino kaysa sa mga ibang bansa. And that is not just a statement. Napapatunayan yan kasi ang mga Chinese mismo sa factory na ito nagpapagawa ng solar panel sa Pilipino. Half of the output of this factory will be used for assembly, with Chinese companies exporting to the US and Europe kasi pati ang Amerikano at ang European gusto po nila, sir, made in the Philippines. And this is a testament to the international community's confidence in the Philippines under President Duterte. For years, inuuna po ng mga Chinese and other manufacturers, Malaysia, Thailand, and Vietnam. Pero nung naupo si President Duterte, nagbago na ang paningin ng buong mundo sa manufacturing sa Pilipinas. And hopefully, within this term, will generate up to 500,000 jobs, both in manufacturing and in the installation of solar panels. Mr. President, we are here because we want to give back to our country. And as you say, give every Filipino a comfortable life. We measure our success not in terms of revenue or profit, but our contribution to the national development, especially the impact that we give to the poorest of the poor Filipinos. Thus, we are pleased to announce our latest offered price to the country's electric utilities, using panels manufactured here to supply the lowest cost in Philippine history. Whereas the cost of solar energy on this screen used to be 968 and then 869, and the average generation rate that Filipinos, rich and poor, are paying is 5 to 6 pesos per kilowatt hour. Binagsakan namin ho ang aming presyo at ibinigay na natin ang tubo to deliver consumers the lowest cost power in the history of the Philippines. Halos 3 piso na lang ang magiging singil ng henerasyon sa Pilipinas kung manggagaling po sa solar energy. And if our utilities will only listen to the new reality that fossil fuel is no longer a necessary evil, renewable energy is not only clean, is now reliable, but is most importantly the cheapest source of power. Applied to our country's entire demand, this will give the Philippines one of the lowest generation costs in the world, saving Filipinos 5 trillion pesos over 25 years, 200 billion pesos a year. So the average Filipino paying 3,000 pesos a month will only pay 2,000 pesos a month. Everyone will save 30% on their electric bills. This does not need any new technology, nor, most of all, it does not need any subsidy or direct government support. Customers like SM have already shown that solar means savings and are doing it in their own private capacity. What this needs is for EPIRA's retail competition and open access policy to be implemented so consumers will have the right to choose where to buy their electricity rather than being monopolized by a few players. However, Mr. President, no matter how low generation rates become, low-cost power cannot reach our countrymen, especially the poor, if utilities block consumers from accessing solar energy. Marami hong mga nagsasabi na kung mag-install ka ng solar panel sa inyong bubong, puputulan ka ng electric cooperative. Mura man ang generation, kung minomonopolize ang distribution, hindi ito mapapakinabangan ng karaniwang Pilipino. And to illustrate this, we are constructing the first megawatt-scale solar battery microgrid in Asia to bring reliable 24-hour power to the town of Paluan, Occidental Mindoro. And we have a brief AVP to show about this town.
Ako po si Susan Pagwagan, may 3 anak. Ang power po namin dito, palaging nag-brand out. Hindi makapag-aral yung mga anak ko ng mabuti. Kapag gabi, gumagamit lang kami ng kandila. Yun po talaga ang hinahanap ng mga mamamayan dito na magkaroon ng continuous na ilaw kasi ang hirap ng walang kuryente. Nahihirapan kami para sa mga anak namin.
Ako po si Melody Jane Dilara. Ako po yung teacher in charge dito po sa Katuray Minority School. Kapag po walang kuryente, hindi po comfortable yung mga bata, hindi po ganun ka-effective yung teaching and learning. Yung pong gamit namin ng technology, syempre po pagka walang kuryente, hindi rin po namin siya magamit ng maayos. Yun po ang situation namin.
March 2017 came, we had this National Conference of Mayors, and then that day, I met Solar Philippines. We discussed everything, tapos doon ako sobrang na-excite. Ang Paluan, isa sa magiging una at magiging pioneer at magiging example ng clean energy.
Yung pagkarinig ko po noon, syempre po, masaya sa pakiramdam na magkakaroon kami ng solar, na magkakapawag kami ng ganun. May improve na po yung barangay namin, na magkaroon kami ng ganun. Hindi na po mahihirapan ang bawat pamilya namin.
As the text in the outro of the video states, the Philippines can reach 100% rural electrification during the term of this administration if only every Filipino is allowed to install and avail of solar energy. This solar battery microgrid in Occidental Mindoro will make the town that has currently one of the worst power in the country have one of the best power in the country at a lower rate than any other comparable utility. Mag-brown out man ang buong Luzon, matumba man ang national grid, may ilaw pa sa Palawan, Mindoro kapag matapos po itong proyekto. Mr. President, the ERC has drafted rules currently being deliberated by industry stakeholders to formally legalize microgrid installations. If these rules are approved, we can end energy policy in the Philippines. Lahat ng mga mahihirap na bayan na walang kuryente o masama ang serbisyo ng electric co-op ay maaari nang magkaroon ng kuryente na walang brownout at mas mura pa sa madaling panahon. Sa Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao, nilalapitan kami ng mga consumers na gustong magkabit ng solar na walang puhunan, hulugan lang, katulad ng setup namin sa SM. Dito mismo, sa bayan ng Tanawan, Batangas, napakaraming mga consumers gustong magbuo ng sariling solar cooperative dahil sa rotating brownouts ng co-op. Ngunit, hanggat malinawan ng ERC na maaring kumuha ng kuryente ang consumer sa kung saan man nais nila, magkakaroon pa ng iilang mga kooperatiba na sasabi na kung maglalagay kayo ng solar panel, puputulan namin kayo. If given the right to build solar cooperatives, as well as the elimination of red tape resulting from President Duterte's Executive Order 30 to expedite the permitting of power projects, we can commit today that DOE and NEA's goal of 100% electrification can be achieved for barangays by 2019 and every household in the Philippines by 2022, by which time every Filipino will be able to enjoy reliable 24-hour power and save 1,000 pesos a month on their electricity bills. Sa pamamagitan ng factory na ito, bababa na ang presyo ng kuryente sa Pilipinas. Dadami ang magkakaroon ng trabaho sa mga pabrika, mapapabilis ang pag-unlad ng Pilipinas at hanggang sa mga susunod na henerasyon, maaalala na kaya ang Pilipinas na dating pinakamahal ang kuryente sa Asia, naging pinakamura na dahil sa mga progresibong polisiya ng DOE, NEA at Duterte administration. At salamat sa pinakamatapang at may malasakit na presidente sa kasaysayan ng Pilipinas. Maraming salamat po.